Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a copywriter here at Proctor and Stevenson. So a copywriter is a lot of different things. Essentially, we start off by we're writing for your business. We'll write everything and anything that you might need. So from adverts to brochures to your website copy. You can even get copywriters who specialize and will just look at one of those different things. But a copywriter is a little bit more than just a writer. And in fact, you can have a brilliant writer who isn't an expert in writing for businesses. Because really what a copywriter specializes in is research, getting to know your business, and really understanding what it is that your customers want. So I always describe it as, you know, there are a few different hats that we wear. You're a researcher, you're a linguist, you're a behavioral scientist to some extent, you know, a psychologist, because you're trying to understand people's behaviors, understand what they want, what your customers want, and how we can make them buy from you, engage with you, and engage with your services. In a few different ways. So number one is tone. I would say every different business has a different tone, and it depends on your brand personality. So it's not something that we think about day to day, but we all have kind of a different tone to our voices, and we may have a different tone when we're doing different things. So for example, people talk about having a telephone voice. That's an example of tone, and that's an example of tone that we use in our everyday life. You will talk to your grandma in a different way that you talk to your best friend, and businesses will also talk differently. So a bank will have a different tone of voice, usually more reassuring, calm, authoritative, compared to, say, you know, a smoothie brand, who would be quite jovial, light-hearted, and engaging in a completely different way. And number two is just the impact on customers. The words that you use, the things that you say and how you say them, it'll have an impact on how your customers feel, how they feel about your brand, how they feel in themselves, and I suppose how they feel about whatever it is that you're giving them information on. So you can deliver your communications, whatever they are, whether they're an advert, website copy, or even the answers to some frequently asked questions. How you deliver them has a certain impact, and it will impact that relationship with the customer. So if you're using a really light-hearted tone, light-hearted language, you may be just looking to inform and engage. However, if you're delivering some really, you know, serious information, you'll want to take a much more authoritative, maybe a reassuring tone, again, to leave customers with a lasting impression of your brand. Read so much. There are so many books out there, and there is so much work out there. I would start by looking at some of the recent awards. So the Drum and D&AD, they all have awards that are dedicated to writing and advertising, that sort of thing. Look at award-winning work, look at adverts, try to determine how they're telling stories, what devices they'll use to tell those stories, and explore the brands that you like. Try to find out why it is that you like them. You know, is it their ethos and how they're talking to you? Is it, you know, is it just a purely an aesthetic thing? People still come into that. It could be complete simplicity, or it could be the fact that when you read something by them, you feel really inspired and empowered. So I would say read as much as you can, and then get crafting of your own. You could even make up your own business. I did the same thing. I made up a business, and I envisioned how I would actually portray that business if it was my own. And it's great practice, and it's great fun, and that's really important as well, is to just have fun while you're doing it. I would say what sets us apart is not only our depth of experience and kind of the fact that you know, we're really curious. So I've never met another copy team that really wants to get as granular as we do. We want to know everything about our clients' businesses. So from, you know, when they first started, to the people that they see through their doors, how they actually interact with each other. We almost see ourselves as an extension of our clients' businesses, really, because we get so well involved in how you work, and that's how we learn what it is that we need to be telling your customers about you. And apart from that, you know, again, we're so dedicated. I've never met a team who's been so set on keeping their ear to the ground, keeping an eye on market research, keeping an eye on developments, you know, what else is happening in the world contextually that will impact customers, which we can then use to, you know, pivot messaging and deliver to the customer in a more effective way.